This story comes from NBC News. Upcoming Supreme Court decision could transform transgender healthcare. The Supreme Court will consider a law restricting transition-related healthcare for minors for the first time on Wednesday. And legal experts say the court's decision could affect access to transition-related care nationwide for both minors and adults for decades to come. The key legal question the court will consider is whether a Tennessee law that bars puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgery for trans minors discriminates on the basis of sex. I want to say that this is going to be a 6-3 decision, almost certainly.
Almost certainly.
Almost certainly. And what they're going to do, I think, is they are going to use the same logic that they used in the Dobbs decision to say that this is really a set of questions best left up to the states to decide. And they are going to abdicate any real responsibility while still giving conservatives the win.
Yeah, and they'll get a win out of it. They'll get what should be, we've been lied to that there's a party of small government.
Right.
That party of small government is the Republicans. That's not true, and it hasn't been true for a very long time. And I think what this does is it inserts the government in certain states, probably what you suggest might be true. Let's presume that what you suggest happens, that it goes back to the states, and the states are the ones that decide. Suddenly your state government is now in the same room with you as your doctor, your child, and you as a parent to make a decision about your child's health. That's what we're making a decision. We're saying the government needs to be there as well. The government gets a say. And in fact, the government gets more of a say than the parents and the child and the fucking doctor.
Right.
They're the ones who get that. They're the ones who get to make the decision. It's not that they're just in the room and get to voice a one vote in that group of people. They get to make the decision outright. And we're saying that's cool. That's what we get to suddenly say that our privacy doesn't matter. And I think that, this is between parents and fucking doctors and kids. Stay the fuck out of it. It's none of your fucking business, man.
Yeah, it's amazing how much the right is interested in breaking down government's authority to regulate things like, clean water and energy and air and everything that gets in the way of business. But when it comes time to influence your personal life, they've got a lot to say, winking. And the federal government does a lot of they got this new fucking wink strategy where they just say, hey, I'm not here to make decisions. That's really a states thing to do. This whole kicking it back to the states is a way for them to hand a victory to conservatives. That's all this is. And it's cowardly and it's bullshit and it's antithetical to basic Republican principles. It certainly flies in the face of one of the key Republican sort of premises or principles that they've held for a long time, which is the sanctity of parental rights and the rights of parents to make decisions. They say all the time, parents should have the right to send their kid to school or not send their kid to school. The government shouldn't get involved. Yeah. Parents should have the right to vaccinate their kid or not vaccinate their kid. The government shouldn't get involved.
No masks.
Right. But all of a sudden, this one medical question, it's only
one medical question. Yeah.
Or wait, the abortion question. Yeah. Well, any question really that they get their fucking panties in a bunch of.
And I think what they're saying is they're not saying that they want to take their rights away from parents. They just want to take the rights away from the wrong kind of parents.
Yes.
Parents that don't belong to their group. They want to strip those people of rights. And they want to strip, and by extension, they're stripping all these trans kids of rights. What they want to do is I really do feel like they want to punish trans kids and they want to punish their parents, and they're going to do the best they can. They did it with abortion and they're doing it again in this field too.
Yeah, I think this is very much the right has been really building the in-group, out-group mentality now for a long time. And they are really putting the walls and the fences around their in-group. And they are really putting those same walls and fences by definition around their out-group.
Yeah.
And so these are the lines, and we saw it in the way that they phrased a lot of their materials and their sloganeering around the election. When you were in Georgia, you saw a tremendous amount of advertising.
Yeah.
And that advertising really, what I think it effectively tries to do is it tries to draw an in-group, out-group line. and say, here is what a real American is. Why do I think that? Because they fucking stood on the stage and talked about real Americans.
Yeah.
They drew in-group, out-group lines.
Yeah.
So this is just another way for them to draw that dividing line and to separate people from their neighbors.